Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly cybersecurity news roundup. In this video, we'll be discussing the latest updates on the biggest cybersecurity incidents, data breaches, and emerging threats from the past week. From ransomware attacks to vulnerability disclosures, we've got you covered with all the important news and analysis you need to stay informed and protected. So sit back and let's dive into the world of cybersecurity. Apple issues emergency patches for 3 new zero-day vulnerabilities. Apple has released a series of security updates across its various devices and operating systems to address several vulnerabilities, including 3 zero-day that are actively being exploited in the wild. The flaws include a WebKit flaw that could allow an attacker to break out of the web content sandbox, an out-of-bounds read issue in WebKit that could disclose sensitive information, and a use after free bug in WebKit that could lead to arbitrary code execution. Apple credited researchers from Google's Threat Analysis Group and Amnesty International Security Lab for reporting these vulnerabilities. While specific details about the flaw and the ongoing attacks are not available, such vulnerabilities have historically been used to target individuals such as dissidents, journalists, and human rights activists. This emphasizes the importance of promptly applying security updates. Apple has already patched 6 actively exploited zero days in 2023 alone, demonstrating its commitment to addressing security issues. Users are urged to update their devices to the latest versions to ensure they are protected against these vulnerabilities. In a concerning discovery, a security researcher has found a vulnerability in the popular password manager KeePass. The flaw allows attackers with access to a compromised device to extract the master password from the application's memory, even when the database is locked. This means that once the master password is compromised, all stored credentials become accessible to threat actors. To properly secure a password manager, it is crucial for users to protect the master password and avoid sharing it. The vulnerability, tracked as CVE 2023-3278, allows an attacker to recover the KeePass master password in cleartext, apart from the first 1 or 2 characters. It stems from the software's use of a custom password entry box that leaves traces of each character in the memory. The flaw affects the latest version of KeePass, which is 2.53.1, and may impact project forks as well. Exploiting this vulnerability requires either physical access to the target machine or malware infection. Information stealing malware could specifically target KeePass, dump its memory, and retrieve the cleartext password for offline access. The security researcher has published a proof of concept tool demonstrating the vulnerability. The developer of KeePass, Dominic Raquel, has been made aware of the issue and is working on a fix. Version 2.54, expected to be released in July 2023, will address the vulnerability by implementing security enhancements. The upcoming version will use direct API calls to handle text box content and create dummy fragments to obfuscate the real key. In the meantime, users are advised to exercise caution and refrain from using KeePass until the fix is released. Clearing swap and hibernation files and restarting the computer can mitigate the risk to some extent. Additionally, it is crucial to be vigilant about downloading programs from trusted sources and avoid phishing attacks that could compromise devices and KeePass databases. NPM packages for Node.js hiding dangerous TurkoRat malware. 2 malicious packages found in the NPM package repository have been discovered to contain an open source information stealer malware called TurkoRat. These packages, named Node.js Encrypt Agent and Node.js Cookie Proxy Agent, were downloaded around 1200 times before they were taken down. TurkoRat is capable of stealing sensitive information including login credentials, website cookies, and data from cryptocurrency wallets. The malware was concealed within Node.js encrypt agent, while Node.js cookie proxy agent disguised the Trojan as a dependency called Access Proxy. Interestingly, this Node.js encrypt agent also impersonated a legitimate NPM module called AgentBase, which has been downloaded a million times. This incident highlights the ongoing risk of supply chain attacks in open source software. Developers need to carefully examine the code they rely on and track dependencies to detect potential malicious payloads. Threat actors are increasingly targeting open source software supply chains, and the use of malicious NPM package is just one example of this growing sophistication. Furthermore, researchers have recently demonstrated how threat actors can impersonate authentic NPM packages by using lowercase letters to mimic uppercase letters in the original package names. This makes it even more challenging for users to detect the deception. Similar instances of malicious packages have been found in other repositories, such as the Python package index. These packages distribute malware like KeePass, steal credentials, and even hijack cryptocurrency transactions. A new campaign called BatLoader has emerged, using malicious Google search ads to target users seeking generative AI services like OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Midjourney. These ads lead unsuspecting users to fake websites promoting fraudulent apps and aim to deliver RedLine stealer malware. The BatLoader campaign operates by displaying deceptive ads when users search for specific keywords. Clicking on these ads redirects users to rogue landing pages hosting malware. The installer file contains executable files and PowerShell scripts that download and load RedLine stealer from remote server. To avoid raising suspicion, the malware makes use of Windows Edge WebView to open legitimate URLs such as chat.openai.com and midjourney.com in pop-up windows. This is not the first time BatLoader has capitalized on the popularity of AI tools to distribute malware. Similar attacks leveraging ChatGPT were previously identified in March 2023. The abuse of Google search ads has decreased since its peak in early 2023, indicating that Google is actively taking steps to address the issue. This trend aligns with the larger wave of phishing and scamming campaigns exploiting the increasing use of AI tools. For example, fleeceware apps named FleeceGPT were discovered on the Google Play and Apple App Store, coercing users into signing up for unwanted subscriptions. Other security vendors have also warned of fraudulent activity mimicking ChatGPT to harvest credit card details, perpetrate credit card fraud, and steal Facebook account information. A new ransomware as a service operation called Michael Kors has emerged, specifically targeting Linux and VMware EXXI systems. This development highlights the increasing focus of cybercriminals on EXXI, a popular virtualization and management system. VMware EXXI by design does not support third-party agents or antivirus software, making it an attractive target for adversaries. The ability to compromise EXXI hypervisors through techniques like hypervisor jackpotting, where attackers gain control over the hypervisor to execute ransomware campaigns, have been utilized by multiple ransomware groups. Furthermore, leaked source code from Babook ransomware has been repurposed by various ransomware families to develop lockers specifically targeting VMware EXXI's hypervisor. Notable e-crime outfits like Conti, Revil, Lockbit, and others have all incorporated EXXI targeting into their arsenal. This hypervisor presents an appealing target because they run directly on physical servers, granting attackers an ability to run malicious binaries and gain unrestricted access to underlying resources. Attackers often exploit compromised credentials, elevate privileges, and move laterally through networks or escape the virtual environment via known vulnerabilities. The lack of security tools, network segmentation, and in-the-wild vulnerabilities for EXXI contribute to creating an environment ripe for exploitation. Organizations are advised to mitigate the risk by avoiding direct access to EXXI hosts, enabling two-factor authentication, performing regular backups, applying security updates, and conducting security posture reviews. Gecko, a powerful Golang implementation of Cobalt Strike that has caught the attention of threat actors seeking to exploit Apple's operating system. SentinelOne, a leading cybersecurity firm, has observed a significant increase in the number of Gecko payloads detected on VirusTotal in recent months. While some of these may be part of the red team operations, others exhibit hallmarks of genuine malicious attacks, as highlighted by security researchers Phil Stokes and Dinesh Devdas. Cobalt Strike, a renowned red teaming and advisory simulation tool, has long been coveted by threat actors due to its extensive capabilities. Illegally cracked versions of this software have been abused by cybercriminals over the years. Although attacks utilizing Cobalt Strike have primarily targeted Windows systems, macOS has been relatively spared from such attacks. However, the landscape may change with the emergence of Gecko artifacts in the wild. This Go variant of Cobalt Strike has been available on GitHub since February 2020. Further analysis of recently uploaded samples on VirusTotal has traced their origins to two Gecko variants, Gecko Plus and Gecko Pro, developed by anonymous Chinese developers. The Gecko Pro project, which can bypass popular antivirus engines, supports Cobalt Strike version 4.1 and later, while Gecko Plus is compatible with Cobalt Strike version 4.0. The Gecko payload, retrieved from a Chinese IP address, exhibits advanced functionalities. Before initiating its beacon activity, the user is presented with a decoy document, a PDF resume for an individual. Another sample, embedded within a Trojanized app masquerading as a secure link remote support app, primarily targets Intel device. This unsigned application requests permissions to access sensitive information like contacts, photos, and device peripherals. Its main component is a Gecko payload built from the Gecko Pro project, establishing communication with a known command and control server in Japan. As the macOS ecosystem faces an increasing number of threats, including state-sponsored groups deploying backdoors and information stealing, security teams must remain vigilant. The rise in Gecko samples suggests the need for robust protections. Security experts are issuing a grave warning about the rising interest among threat actors in voice cloning as a service on the dark web. These platforms streamline deepfake-based fraud and pose a significant risk. Recorded Future's latest report, "I have no mouth and I must do crime," reveals that deepfake audio technology can mimic voices to bypass multi-factor authentication and enhance social engineering attacks. Cybercriminals are now exploiting readily available voice cloning platforms on the dark web, making it easier for anyone to engage in fraudulent activities. One particularly popular tool is ElevenLabs' Prime Voice AI software, originally intended for legitimate purposes like voiceovers. By restricting access to paid customers, ElevenLabs inadvertently encourages dark web innovation. To mitigate this threat, a comprehensive industry-wide approach is necessary. Education and awareness are key to safeguarding against social engineering, phishing, vishing, and disinformation. While current deepfake voice technologies are limited to one-time samples, collaborations and proactive measures are needed to prevent further escalations. That's it for this week. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Cyber News Update. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest developments in the world of online security. And as always, stay safe and stay secure.